So I read my YouTube comments and, there's people that really believe in the things that we're talking about, the power of the mind, the power of human consciousness, the science of achievement, if I would say, reprogramming your subconscious mind. But I'm talking also to you that maybe you don't totally believe in it, or maybe you tried some of these ideas and it hadn't worked out. Or maybe you just kind of are more cynical of people in the personal development industry because there's a lot of people with fake teeth and nice suits that want to take you for a ride. And I agree, there are a lot of people like that, and I can understand where you're coming from, absolutely. So in this video, I just want to share you what I think is probably one of the most miraculous success stories that I could ever tell. And I could tell a lot of cool stories of other people, but what better than to tell one of my own life? Because I was like that. I started listening to my first personal development books, and this guy's like, oh, you can have anything you want, just write it on paper, dude, wow. And I'm like, what is this guy like selling here? But what I did, and what I'm encouraging you to do, is I suspended my disbelief just for a little while. Just for a little while, just like you go to a movie and you suspend your disbelief for a little while. I just suspended my disbelief for a little while. That's all I did. And I figured I might as well play the game. Like, let's just see what happens. The only mind worth losing is a closed one. So I'm going to share with you something very powerful that I did. And this allowed me to build a multi-million-dollar business in my 20s as a college dropout, get published by the #1 English publishing company in the world, Penguin Random House, be mentored by some of my heroes like Jack Canfield, the creator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, Bob Proctor from the movie The Secret, one of the greatest prosperity and success teachers and seminar leaders in the world for the last 50 years, like really cool things like that. And they happened by doing this one powerful thing that truly changed my life. And here's the crazy thing. There's a lot of people that have felt they were stuck where they were in their life. And maybe they watch these videos, they try these things, but when they did what I tell them to do here, they also had incredible results. So make sure you hit the like button on this video. Right there down below is my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below in the description and pinned to the comments. Let's dive right into this video. So every publishing company had denied me. So picture this, right? I'm 19 years old. I just dropped out of college. I just cut my hair recently. I just got sick of it. It was too hot. But imagine me with hair like all the way down here. In fact, we'll flash a photo so you can see a couple shots of me looking rather different. It looked like I slept in the bushes last night. Let's just put it that way. And picture me walking up to one of the most successful literary agents in the world's house. See, this guy did all the Dummy series books, the Dummy series, all those books. He did all those books as the agent. Eckhart Tolle, who did the A New Earth, Neil Donald Walsh, all these humongous people. And I was having bad luck, right? I just decided I was gonna write this book, and you might have a dream. So I want you to think of a dream like that you have. Maybe you've tried it and it hasn't worked out thus far. You're maybe getting a little bit cynical, or maybe it's a new dream and you're just really pumped and inspired right now and you're just looking for some motivation, so you're watching this video. But think of a time like that. And that was me, right? So I hit up every literary agent. They're all like, you're too young, you're 19, you're a college dropout, your book sucks, you're a terrible writer, on and on and on and on and on. Did my 3rd grade child write this book? And it just kept going. So I had to self-publish a book, and I was kind of out of options. And when you think that you're out of options, there's one more door. So speaking of doors, I find this guy's address and I show up at his house. And I showed up at his house with a printed copy of my manuscript of my first book and all these notes that said we were gonna sell a bunch of copies and he was gonna make millions of dollars and we'd reach all these people. And I knocked on his house and I handed them some flowers and I left the manuscript for him to review. And that was when my life changed. And after that day, I ended up selling 20,000 copies of that self-published book out of the trunk of my car. Ended up getting, between all my YouTube channels, like close now to like 75, 80 million views on YouTube. All these crazy things happen. And they happen by one simple thing. Because when all these publishing companies were saying no, when all this crap was happening, when I was like, how do I do it? I don't know what to do. I'm too young. I'm kind of stupid. I came across hypnosis, and that was when my life changed. And it's really powerful because when you understand the way the mind works, you realize that there are no limits to which you do not impose upon yourself subconsciously and then memorize those patterns through habits that we begin to think are our personality. Whatever you think your personality is, you're good at math, you're bad at math, you're good with money, you're bad with money, you're good with love, you're bad with love, you're good at public speaking, you're bad at public speaking, you're good at creative things, you're bad at creative things, you're athletic, you're unathletic. This is personality, right? Whatever we believe shapes our future. That is the prophecy of your future, is your own personality. But you can change it through hypnosis. And so I started going down this crazy rabbit hole. And that's why I always, if you've never watched one of my videos before, that's why I always talk about hypnosis. Some people are like, are you gonna brainwash me if I listen to this? And like, yeah, actually I am, but I'm gonna brainwash you for good stuff, right? Not for bad stuff. We're gonna brainwash ourselves to attract success. You have 65,000 thoughts in a day, 95% of them are subconscious. Think about that. And 70% of those thoughts are negative and redundant. Think about the energy you're wasting subconsciously and you don't know what's happening. I want you to imagine the subconscious mind like this picture right here. You see this picture that you're seeing right now? This is of that old iceberg analogy. Oh, you only see the tip of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg isn't what sunk the Titanic. It's all the stuff below, and your subconscious is the same way. Sub means below, so it's below conscious. So I started hypnotizing myself. I listened to it all day, kind of like an obsessive compulsive freak, like 10 hours a day in the shower, while I went to the bathroom, while I brushed my teeth. My wife, bless my wife's soul, for a few years, she had to listen to it every night when we went to sleep. She just had to hear me saying, I am creating greater and greater, and I would just loop it all night. But crazy things started happening. So I want you to download it. It's right there down below. It's free. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. It's pinned to the comments and in the description right there down below. And start reprogramming your mind. Just do a thought experiment. Like, don't even believe me that it works. Just do it and see what happens. It has nothing to do with me. It has to do with creating very special and powerful hypnosis that goes directly to the subconscious mind. Here's what to understand about the subconscious mind. It's a collection of habits that we've inherited throughout our life and memorized as normal. But they can be changed through repetition, constant spaced repetition, and emotional impact. Anything that is emotional gets stored into the subconscious. So, if you could start to feel different about your future, feel different about the money, feel different about your goals, feel different about yourself, feel different about your love, feel different about the things that you want in your life instead of indifferent about them. Most people just feel indifferent about them. That'd be nice. What message are you sending into your subconscious? You're brainwashing yourself every single solitary second. That's what people don't realize. People go, yeah, the news is brainwashing me, bro. You're brainwashing yourself, and it's not from the news, it's from the feelings you have every day. So if you could feel as if you're good enough, smart enough, capable, you know what you want's on the way, your life will change quickly. And that's what my hypnosis will do for you. It'll start to reprogram it, and it's free. It's right there down below, pinned to the comments and in the description. Suspend your disbelief and start to reimagine your future and what your life could look like if you build a new program in your mind. It's like you know when you're, like right now, my computer is so damn slow. I'm one of those assholes that has like 75 web tabs open. And then when that's full on my Google Chrome, instead of just like sorting back through them, then I open Safari and open 75 more tabs. And I'm like, then all of a sudden my mouse isn't really moving anymore and I'm getting the spinny wheel all the time. That's me, right? What's the problem? Computer works fine. There's just not enough bandwidth. I need to delete some files. I need to update that. So I probably haven't updated that thing. I don't know, you get those updates all the time. I just press not now every single time. I'm not sure if I've updated my computer in 5 years. I'm one of those people, right? Imagine that as the mind. The mind is the same thing. It is an operating system. It's an operating system that has code written into it. You know, they say the coders are going to be the future. And they're writing script programs that you're coding your own mind in your subconscious. It's been coded, mostly by hackers. And those hackers are society, old belief systems, crappy adults around us that told us crappy belief systems. Nice people, we love them, but man, they got crappy ideas. Hit the trash button. Update your software. Why not update your software that you're a happy spiritual multimillionaire? Take some time, but if you use repetition every day, all you got to do is listen to this in the morning and at night. The night's very important because your mind shuts off. So get it. It's right there down below in the description and pinned to the comments. It's free. It's jakeshypnosis.com. Get it now. Suspend your disbelief. Open your mind to the possibilities. Detach from who you think you are and welcome in an entire new possibility. Your mind is a blank slate. I could put anything I want into this cup of coffee. I don't want to put sand in this, but I could put sand in and I'd ruin it. Your mind is an open cup, and anything and anybody has access to it if you don't brainwash yourself for what you want. That's what this is about. And before sleep, your mind shuts off. Get that. We have different brainwave states. The brainwave states that are most akin to hypnosis, guess what? They shut on right before you fall asleep because your conscious mind disappears. That's a lucid state, right? It's a dreaming state. So if you listen to this before you go to bed, guess what happens? There's no resistance. There's not a voice in your head that's saying, when my success hypnosis plays and you're listening to the music and you're hearing my voice and these affirmations, you're not saying in your head when I go, God's wealth flows to me in avalanches of abundance. I'm getting richer, I'm getting happier, I'm getting healthier, more opportunity. When you're hearing that, you're not going, yeah, no, it's not. This is a liar. I'm an idiot, right? That voice is gone. That stupid voice that we're gonna erase, it's gone before you go to bed. It's really powerful when you understand this. Look, the government's done tons of studies on this type of stuff, reprogramming the mind. That was what MK Ultra was all about. That's the really famous mind control declassified documents. That was about erasing people's subconscious and reprogramming them. Everybody is brainwashed. It's just a question of what are you brainwashed for? Most people are brainwashed to be a broke, slave to the system, credit card debt, spend their life in anxiety and fear, hate their job, they're underpaid at their job, they commute to their job, sit in traffic, hate that they're sitting in traffic, and the whole way there, they're afraid they're gonna get fired. Think about that. If everything is energy and your subconscious can be reprogrammed to anything you want, then the question is, what do you actually want? And people go, well, Jake, I've tried it before. You know, this personal development's crap. I agree with you that there's a lot of crappy teachers and there's a lot of teachers that don't have your best interest and they're selling you things you don't need. I agree. You know, there's people exposing that. I agree, I've seen that for 10 years. But when somebody goes right to the core, it's not about me. I don't have this special knowledge that you need. I'm pointing you to your own subconscious. That's what this is about. Your subconscious is literally an infinite storehouse of energy that can be reprogrammed in any way you want, just like sand. And you can walk and leave your footprint in the sand. It's malleable, it's changeable. That's what your subconscious is. And people go, well, I've tried all this stuff before and it hasn't worked. That's because you did it consciously. You watched someone that was very motivating and you said, oh yeah, baby. After you just finished doing 10 push-ups, you did some jumping jacks and you're like, I'm gonna make $1 billion next week. You know, I'm gonna have 6-pack abs tomorrow. And then you did like 7,000 sit-ups that day, but you were so sore you couldn't walk for a week. Right? Like we get really motivated. That's what happens why do people not achieve their New Year's goals? It's not because they're dumb. It's because the New Year's resolution comes from motivation. Motivation comes from the conscious mind. The conscious mind is only responsible for 5% of your life. This is just, we know these as facts now. That's 95% of our life subconscious. So what happens is we think and feel and behave the same way. It programs into your brain. When it programs into your brain, your mind and your brain memorize it as neural connections in your brain. Your nervous system memorizes it, and we repeat it forever. So we have to go to the subconscious. And when you go to the subconscious, you can erase all your ideas and literally reprogram your mind to really make the most of your very limited time that you have on planet Earth. And then you go, oh my goodness, why don't we know any of this stuff? Once you start having those miracles. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to do a thought experiment for the next 14 days. I want you to listen to my hypnosis every day for the next 14 days. It's free. You have no reason not to. Everybody has 5 to 10 minutes. I encourage you to at least do it once a day, but twice a day, morning and night, is even better. Once a day, you're going to get great results too. I want you to open your mind. When you're listening to it, I want you to practice feeling how excited you are about the great things coming into your life. I want you to set an intention to your subconscious mind that you want it to reveal an omen or a sign that it's working, that there's more out there for you in life. And then I want you to use it every day and then watch these things start to show up in your life. And when you see them, don't be surprised. That's when you drop and you go, this is working, thank you. So thank you for watching today's video. My name's Jake with JakeDucey.com. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you hit that bell notification to get notified for future videos. Right there down below is my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. You're more powerful than you believe. And when you access your subconscious mind, you're gonna find out life is a lot easier than you think once you start to reprogram that old operating system.